Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. 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 Yeah, I couldn't hear. Testing, testing. We're back. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Hey, Sonia. Hey, Dee. I'll get these other guys back and see what's happening. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, this my software says my my microphone is working. So, okay. I can hear.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was bizarre.
Me and Simon, we're here. We could hear each other the whole time.
That pisses me off when that happens. So hopefully Simon will get back. Look, yeah.
Yeah,
Sending new link. Sent, Simon. Sent. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. It's the first.
we could hear you the whole time. But I could tell you couldn't hear us.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm very sorry about that. That's the first glitch that I've had with StreamYards. Normally StreamYards works fine, so I just don't know what happened there.
You get a glitch.
Yeah, sorry about people in the chat about that, but yeah, it's always good to jump in and jump out and see what happens. So we were talking about guitars before, and we were talking about the differences, Simon, between boutique guitars or top-end guitars and middle-of-the-range guitars. I'm a little bit like you guys. I think you have to experience that too, you know. You can make a really good cheap guitar sound really good by doing some modifications. We see a lot of YouTube channels where guys are giving advice and opinions on being able to do that. I've done that a few times too, but sometimes, you know, you want to go out there and spend a bit of money. I think Susie made a good point in the chat too about resale value. You know, a good Fender or a good Les Paul is always going to be, you know, a valuable item, isn't it? You know, my cheap $800 guitar, it's only ever going to be worth less than $800, you know, but a Gibson Les Paul, it's going to be pretty valuable, isn't it?
Oh yeah, like I have a 19. What year is it? I think a 2011 Epiphone Les Paul standard, but I put some Seymour Duncan Pearly Gates, all the high end electronics.
Oh wow!
I'll never get what I have invested in there. I'll never get that money back. I'm just going to hold on to it. It sounds great. Yeah, I don't plan it. It plays well, and actually. I got that used at Guitar Center like about 4 or 5 years ago. I was looking at a Les Paul, and some of the ones I was pulling down, they were so badly, needed setups bad, the action was bad. So how can you judge a guitar when it's not set up right? So I said, let me play this Epiphone, this used Epiphone. It played great. It played great, and so I bought it, and I just upgraded about a year ago. Same guy, it's my local guy. I got the Marzio pickups. It sounds great. I don't play jazz, but I did one of the last videos I did. I was playing these. I guess it was kind of a jazzy sounding thing. I never did it before, but it came out pretty good. I was playing the rhythm, and then I was playing some. I was really impressed with that. But I'm going to lose money if I get rid of that. I'm not going to bother getting rid of that.
No, it becomes, because I've got the same. I bought as Andrew, as I've said on here before, I bought a cheap Chapman guitar. I mean, it's like a Strat. It's like a Super Strat. But
right.
I put Suhr pickups in it. So I've got 2 V60 pickups, single coils, and a Thornbucker in the bridge. That's great. It sounds really good. Obviously, it was 180 quid for the pickups or something. I'm never going to get that back. It's not going to be
right.
500 quid.
I like it. It sounds good. I'm not getting rid of it.
It's great. It sounds really good, and I really like. For me, everything makes a difference on the sound thing. I'm a proponent of the, whether different woods make a huge difference, I'm unsure about. But actually, I think everything makes a difference.
Yeah.
I think one of the major differences is your pickup. Yeah, the one of the major differences is your pickups. Understand. But yeah, it sounds really good. It's really what I wanted. And when I got it, it had the stock Chapman pickups in.
What does make a big difference? The color of paint you use on a guitar. That's going to
and the glue.
And the glue,
tone glue. Tone glue is a thing.
Tone glue,
Tone glue. Yes, tone paint and tone glue. I mean, it's fine. I don't know whether I could. I just,
I didn't know any better.
1%, 2% heart. The bit. It's like, well, if you can hear it, well done. I can't bloody hear it.
I'm looking at when I first got back into it, like 5 years, 2015. You're looking at all these YouTube, and people said, I'm like, I didn't know the wood makes a big difference. Well, evidently it doesn't, but there's some people who will swear to it. But I don't know. I know nothing.
Have you watched what's he called? Johann Seaborn? Have you seen him?
No,
he did some experiments with this, didn't he, Andrew? Where he nailed. He had a plank of wood, various planks, when he just nailed pickups to them. See, man, he made a bloody blinded.
Yeah, I did see some couple, 3 of them, 2 of them, where people were sawing it off, and he had this nice recording software. And there was nothing different. There was nothing different when he had a little piece of wood left. He's playing on it. There's no difference at all. If you believe, what you see.
Yeah. Susie Cherry says pink guitars sound best. Best things in life are pink. Absolutely, yes.
Oh yeah.
It's in all the books, tone books. Get a pink guitar. It sounds the best. But it's fine. But I think because my ears are old, I hear less than somebody who's
same here. We're trying to watch. We're trying to watch.
Hear the difference.
I can't even watch TV without here. Well, I'm asking my wife what they say. What they say, and my wife will accuse me of having selective hearing. That's what she accuses me of. But I have trouble hearing.
I don't know. My hearing's not too bad, but it's my family constantly accuse me of being old and deaf. One of those is true.
I am.
I say to them, you've got to learn how to attract my attention, because when I'm not concentrating on what you're saying, I'm thinking about something else.
Yeah.
And because I'm thinking about something else, you need to break that train of thought. Now, my kids are very good at it. They're really good at it. They call me by my name. They say, Simon. And then I wake up and go, what?
So my kids are great. I got a son from a previous marriage. He's like 40, 42. He's got a couple kids. I don't have too much to do with him, not by choice. And then my stepdaughter, my stepdaughter will be 50 on her next birthday. Don't tell her I said that. And she's got 2 grown kids with little girls of their own, two boys. But I don't see, I don't see him a whole lot either. But my stepdaughter I see a lot.
Yeah.
She helps me a lot.
They're not a drain on your finances. Where if you're me and you've got a daughter of 14 and a daughter of 16, funding. That's what I'm doing. Funding. The bank of dad, as I like to call it. Yeah, that's it. Arvin, that's Johann Seaborn, isn't it? Wasn't he? I mean, I've certainly seen him doing mounting stuff on a plank, and pickups.
Yeah, a couple
and
of
stuff
guys
like
have done it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
That video with the Edge, Jack White and Jimmy Page at the start. You see Jack White
It
setting
might
up
get
a
loud.
diddly bow.
That's right. Yeah. Because they used to do that, the old blokes, didn't they? They'd put it on the side of a house or something, didn't they? Sort of
Apparently,
put a string on the side of a house and play it. Tone house is a thing.
Daryl Braun, he did one like that.
He did one, did he? Yeah.
You know, who Daryl Braun? And he's a good.
Yeah.
Good YouTube channel.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. That's it's fine. It makes for good stuff. As I say, I'm not sure that I can really tell a huge difference between different woods. Can I? I think that for me the pickups are the thing. I think I'm kind of I think the woods probably make a in that spectrum. They make a bit of a difference down here, but they don't make it. I think you've got mahogany body, and you put Seymour Duncan, Pearly Gates pickups in them, and you put it in a maple. Is it going to make a massive difference to the sound? I don't feel as though
there's
it
a
is.
big difference when you play them acoustically.
Okay.
You might hear something acoustic.
Yeah. So my Les Paul has a maple cap, proper maple cap glued on, and this played acoustically is the sound just jumps out compared to my cheaper $800 Les Paul, which apparently has a maple cap, but we don't know. Acoustically, big difference, guys. So you're right, Simon. But when you plug it in and play, this kicks ass.
Yeah. Sounds great, has a thing. Yeah. Arvin says it sounds better on an expensive fence.
Oh yeah. Painted white fence.
Painted white fence. Picket fence is obviously tone fence. There we are. We've invented a new thing. Tone fence is no, but that's an interesting point, Andrew. I think that is a really interesting point. That acoustically, because obviously the wood is then vibrating. The string is vibrating the wood, and that's the sound you're hearing. Yes.
I'm just amazed how good my camera's working. First time I used it for a live stream, really. I mean, basically.
Fantastic.
It's fine. It works absolutely fine. But that's what I think that these days that most technology, as I said, I'm using an old iPad Air 2,
right.
Which is at least 5 years old.
It looks good. Yeah,
it looks fine. It works completely fine. I don't mess about with it. I just, and then you think to yourself, well, if I could do it on an iPad and stuff, and you don't need necessarily. You can have it. It's fine. You could be Johnny Bean at the controls of the Starship Enterprise, but actually, you just need an iPad and a pair of headphones. That will get you on, no problems at all. Or even a phone. I mean, even some vaguely modern day phone. Doesn't have to be the latest thing.
Well,
probably do this.
Your internet connection has a lot to do with it too. Having a good internet connection. We always, because I've been podcasting long time. I used to do tech shows years ago, and one of the criteria to be on the show was you can't use wireless. You have to be wired. Use Ethernet. You can't, no. But I don't. But now even wireless is so much better than it used to be.
Yeah, well, that's all I've got.
My iPad is wireless connect. I mean, I can see the router. It's directly behind me, so
I can see my router. It's about 12 inches from my head, maybe 24.
That'll make the Wi-Fi quite a reasonable connection.
But But I hardwired everything.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I've had that mine's quite a long way away, so I did try to have a long wire and nowhere to plug it into the iPad, which would make my life a bit tricky. But I could do it on my Chromebook, of course. See, my Chromebook, which I use to muck about while we're doing it. And so I mean, it amazes me that what you can do these days with not a huge amount of technology, really. Which is good.
If I can do it, because I'm clueless to anything what I do. I mean, I put these computers together. I just start plugging stuff in until it starts fitting wherever it goes. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah.
But in a sense, that IT experience gives you you just plug things in, don't you? Keep going. It'll work in a minute.
I mean, I didn't work as an IT job, but I did take a course like in 2001. But I just fixed computers on the side. I didn't do it as my job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, because it was getting bad because people they don't call you up to ask how you are, how you're feeling, how's your wife. They want you to fix your computers, and it started. It was getting old after a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll still do it for good friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But,
well, I used to fix them for work.
Yeah,
I
never did the network part of it. I didn't go to school. I didn't never learn how to do that. I mean, I can network in here. I mean, I'll set my computer. I only got 2 computers. Well, 3. I can set them up, and I can set them up where I can just move files back and forth. And every time there's a Windows update, the freaking big Windows update, it breaks it. And I forget how to set. I have to look at my notes, figure out how to set it up again, so I can share files with each other. I get tired of it. So not a big deal.
P90s, didn't he, Sonia? Didn't Tony Iommi have P90s?
Did he? I thought he just played a standard. Because the SG doesn't have P90s, does it?
Do you know that question? The answer to the question, Mitch? Do you know?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm just having a look now, just to see if we can.
Like I said, I was saying earlier, I learned how to play songs. I didn't have to know anybody's history like some of these people do, and I'm learning something more now than I did. But I don't know who played what, and I'm not a metal guy at all. I'm not crazy about metal. I mean, I like some of it. But
so how many hours are you playing? Are you devoting to your music passion now since you've retired?
I don't play every day, but almost every day. I think I played maybe 2 or 3 hours this afternoon. Usually I play this time at night, but I think I played maybe 2 or 3 hours tonight or this afternoon. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to learn Back in Black, right?
Okay.
AC/DC.
Yeah.
And to get it to sound right, and he's got some quick riffs in there, and so I'm about, I guess I'm at the part where I'm doing starting to do the lead part, and some of that stuff, and I'm doing all these kind of stretches, trying to make it sound like him. So I don't know if I'm going to get it, but some of it sounds good. But I'm having a ball trying anyway.
Yes, get in the sound. Yeah, that sound. Apparently you need a wireless system, Mitch. Apparently that's the key to it. Is an old wireless system.
What do you mean?
Well, the story is that when they were in the studio recording Back in Black, Angus was like going, "This isn't what I sound like. Why?"
Oh, really?
Australia. And so apparently they go, "Well, what's the difference then?" Well, I usually have this old, I think it's a Shure wireless system. Go, well, go and get it. So he plugs in this literally in the studio, and it's like, oh, that's it. So obviously this Shure microphone, this wireless system, is having an effect on his tone, which he could hear, and then he's, which is quite funny.
But the way you attack, I mean, it's like you're not going to hear nothing. I don't know if you will. The way you attack it, and it's, or you're not you. Actually, it's hooked up with the amp. You can't hear it though. I don't know. You have to do it a certain way. I don't. You can hear it acoustically. And trying to get it to sound in syncopation and the right time, and which I don't know anything about time, and I've been working with some other channels. They're real good. They're music teachers, and I never paid attention what all that timing stuff means, like 4/4 beats for 4 chord notes or something like. But I'm learning. I'm getting there now, and I'm trying to pay attention. I'm trying to slow down because I rush myself sometimes.
Isn't the key thing with AC/DC is you come on the and? So you go 1 and 2 and 3, da da da, da da da. That's when you can come in.
Yeah, it would be because it's I guess I don't know if all their songs are, but I know Back in Black's 4/4 time. Did it 1 and 2 and 3 and or whatever. Yeah.
Apparently, it then gets into sync, but apparently coming in. Just going to answer Sonia's. As far as I can work out, Sonia, it has Tony Iommi's original SG has some special John Burt custom P90 pickups in it in the bridge and the neck. So they are, although if you buy a pickup like you could buy his custom pickups, they seem to be more like humbuckers. But the actual in his actual guitar, what's it called? The Monkey. Monkey is they are they are P90s by the look of it, but specially wound by a man called John Birch. I don't know, but so there we are. That's the answer to the question. What is it? Pete Thorne said something very interesting. Wood and how I can imagine wood impacting the sustain of your guitar for sure.
Eddie says the same thing too. Eddie's a tone wood guy. He makes big distinctions in his opinions between different woods. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to argue with anyone.
I'm not arguing with anybody anyway. As far as I'm concerned, the 3-year-old kid up the street knows more than me.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. That's why I completely agree. I mean, I think it all has an effect. How much of an effect it has, I think, is where you are on that spectrum of here is a guitar, that's what it sounds like. So how much of it is the pickups? How much of it is the wood? How much of it is the paint? How much is the or whatever the nut? And I think that they are bits on that spectrum, and they all contribute to it. And that's fine, I think some things are not very much. I think, Andrew, your point about the wood actually, and it follows with Pete Thorne, really, isn't it? That the sustain, the way the guitar keeps ringing is about what the wood is made, and certain bits of wood will be better for that than others, because that's where
sounds good to me.
Yeah. Yep. But actually, that's about sustain, and acoustically as well, but actually not so much on the actual sound of the guitar. The sound, which is to me I'm with Hack on this. Hack is a great one because he's an electronics man.
Yeah.
He's he says it's going to be mainly the pickups because the string vibrates over the magnet, which moves the magnet, which causes the the start of the sound, and how that works. That's how it's working, and it's called physics.
Have you ever played one of the chapters with the Sustainiac pickup on there? So I did.
No, what the Ed O'Brien strap?
I got a video up, several videos back, maybe a couple of months ago. A friend of mine, Frank C., who I met in the chat room, he happens to, different shows. He happens to live around here, so I'm pretty friends with him. So he let me borrow some of his guitar, and I would do reviews on them. But he won't do video chats. He's got a real high end job. He don't want to, show himself. But anyway, he reset up my PRS SC. But anyway, he got a what is it? A Sector C1 with the Sustainiac. Mm-hmm. I wasn't crazy about it, but you learn, if you learn how to use it, I can see where it helped. I had a couple things where it had these different settings, and one thing, but you have to know how to use it, but that's how you can feel when you're, depending what setting you have, you can feel the string. It would it's whatever it's doing. You can feel it's moving, and it felt just strange to me. But I was getting a couple good sounds, but it's not for me though.
No, yeah. I mean, that I know it particularly from obviously from Ed O'Brien from Radiohead. Where obviously he's using it as a sort of sound generator more than a sort of because he has those pedals and he'll switch around the pedals and change them change the fittings on the pedals and all sorts of stuff like that to get sounds. So it's like a soundscape thing, not a kind of chords or whatever.
I'm trying. I'm sweating. I'm sweating bullets. I got so many lights on me. But you see, I just turned one light off. See how much my light went down?
Yeah.
This camera, it just needs a lot of light.
Wow.
So you don't have air conditioning?
I do. I do have it. Yeah. But I had the door closed, and it would help if I have it open. But I have the air conditioner's right out the door. It's central air, but I think this mic would pick it up. That's why I'll keep it closed. I'm all right. I'm fine. Like I said, I'm just ecstatic how good the camera is working. I was thinking about getting like a mirrorless camera. Some of these professional YouTubers, they'll get something like that, but I don't feel like forking out $500 or $600. So when I already have this,
it's fine. Yeah,
and this thing looks really. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, Mitch, just going back to your PRS.
Good,
can you show your PRS?
Yep.
I've not really. I played a very expensive PRS, but I haven't played an SE. Have you played an SE PRS?
Yeah.
You've got it. What are they like?
I don't like that. It's great playing. It has some good sounds. I'm not crazy about the pickups. I was going to have the pickups changed, but it's a very nice looking guitar. I mean, and these, I paid up to like $640. I saw some of these used ones with this color. It's I think scarlet red. They're going for like $700-800, even used. Because this was made in Korea. I think they're all made in India. I don't know if all of them, but I think they're made in Indonesia now. This was made. This is about. I got this in 2017, but it's really easy to play. I mean, it's just 24 frets. I mean, it would be worth it for me. I think Hack got a standard one. This is a PRS SC Custom 24. He got the standard one, and which was a little less than this, but he put good pickups in it. He says it's wonderful now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Mitch, you were saying earlier that did you say you had a guitar with Pearly Gates pickups in it?
I'm getting it. Oh.
Look.
This is a 2011 Epiphone standard. And it was used. It was set up great the way I liked it. And I went and I put the you can see it, this Seymour Duncan Pearly case in there. And like I said, I did a kind of a jazzy thing, and it's my couple of videos ago. And it sounded really good. I thought it's using a clean sound. I thought it sounded really good. But this is it's nice. I mean, so I would never get
great. Yeah, it looks really.
I think I paid like $300 for it, $330. I'll never get the money I put in for the pickup. So it ain't going nowhere. It's a nice one.
Yeah, but you take it out and gig it all day long, wouldn't you? As a,
beautiful.
Cool. Yeah.
Grover pickups?
Oh, it looks great.
Grover tuners?
Yeah. I think they are.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says it. Yep, Grover tuners on there. Yep.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I have lots of time for Epiphone. I think one of the things I like best about Epiphone is, I don't know if you were on the guy who runs Epiphone, Aljon. I mean, he comes in the chat. He's in the Tone King chat the other night. His interaction with the sort of YouTubers, I think, is really interesting. He seems to sort of get what the YouTube, what people like the Tone King and Steve from Boston do, and the effect they can have on, on his business and stuff. Yeah. So he's in the chats of those guys. So I think it's cool.
I was in there last night a little bit, but like I said, I'm not a gear guy. I mean, I don't do nothing with pedals. The Helix has got whatever it has in there. I can do anything, I guess, if I wanted to. But you got these guys that are nothing but they'll have thousands of dollars in pedal board, but they're gigging. Hack has all that, but I don't gig, and I think when I was a kid, I remember the Big Muff. I remember getting that when I was a kid, and a Crybaby. I think that's the only pedals I ever had when I was a kid.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. God, when I started in the early '70s, I can't, what was it? Probably a fuzz pedal and a wah-wah pedals are probably about it, wasn't there? I don't know if there was much else around. But
You know, I know, Sam, you have to remember this. You remember I had a Univox Les Paul. Univox. You remember that name?
Yeah.
And actually, I mean, I couldn't play I still can't play, but probably would have been a collector's item if I would have kept it. It was a nice looking guitar. And then I had a Univox amp, and it had a cabinet. It had, I think, 4 12s in it. And I'm sure it was a tube head. It sounded horrible. It was terrible. And it was heavy. I mean, I'm sure somebody that could play good, it probably would sound all right. But it wasn't loud. I mean, it was 100 watts or whatever it was, and it was heavy. I couldn't, with the way I had trouble lifting things down my back, I couldn't envision, gigging and moving all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, in a sense, that's why I have. Look, this is just to upset you. Here's one on Reverb now. I don't know. There are 600 pounds. What's that about? $750.
Is that an Epiphone? What is that?
No, it's a Univox.
Univox. Oh, yeah.
Univox Les Paul. Yeah. Just so I say, it's on sale on Reverb now for about £625, which is about $750. Probably.
I don't think I paid that much. I can't remember if it was new or used. I can't remember. So long ago. Yeah. But I know I could get one of those American Telecasters or Stratocasters. I think I probably didn't pay more than $500 or $600 for those back then, used, not secondhand.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe less than that. I can't remember.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, going back to the kit. I mean, I'm sort of the same. I'm with you on. I have quite basic kit for gigging. I have an amp. I have my old Boss GT3, and I have a couple of guitars, and that served me well because I want, I want robustness more than I want, probably more than anything else. I want it to get there. I want it all to work.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time I go. And I've had pedal boards in the past. And they were a bit temperamental and kind of, because you're never quite sure. You've got half a dozen pedals and they're all connected between them and stuff. And this is, the early 90s, so it's 30 years ago when the technology wasn't as good as it is now. And you kind of, there was a constant kind of sweat on about, plugging these in and thin wires and somebody trod on the wires and something. It's like, I can't deal with this, so I got a GT3.
Knowing me back, or even now sometimes, your daisy chain all those pedals together, something ain't working. I'll be going like this. Then all of a sudden, I'll just start smacking the thing. I mean, I have no patience. Some things I have a lot of patience for, and other things I don't.
Well, I have patience for it. It's just that kind of, what I want is to be like a lot of people. I mean, if something starts going wrong, you can be easily distracted, from what you're doing. And what I don't want to happen is I like it when it works. I don't have to think about the kit. That's all fine. All I'm thinking about is what my fingers are doing, and that's quite enough for when I'm gigging. And I always used to be a bit on edge with having pedals and stuff. It used to make me nervous, because I never was entirely certain whether all of a sudden, you just moved your pedal board a bit and then maybe one of the wires came loose or something happened, and then it didn't work, and then you're getting no sound. You're like, whoa, what's happening? And there's 54 connections to deal with. And
see, that's the camera I'm using now.
Yeah.
And see, I switched it to the Logitech right now just to show you. And there's a light there. See, I'm using TVs as my monitors for my computer.
Nice.
There's a nice light there. It's like a clamp-on shop light with it's like a 40-watt LED bulb in it, fluorescent, like daylight bulb, like 500K. And then I have got one there. That's a bigger one. It's an 8.5-inch flashing on the green screen. Same thing with the and I got one over here. So that's why. That's why it's so hot in here. And
see, you've got posh lights where I've just got some spots above.
Well, they were like $6 a piece. The lights were like eight less than $10 a piece. Yeah. But for this camera, not the Logitech, but for this camera, I gotta switch it back. But this, it's a Canon Vixia HR 800, something like that, and I'm satisfied. I'm going to start using it a lot when I'm doing these live streams.
Yeah, that works really well. Yeah. As I say, I'm all for simplicity. As I say, my iPad with it, it's fine. Works completely fine as far as I can tell.
I mean, I got my YouTube channel before YouTube bought them. It was mainly like about tech, and so I got I think before I got in this music thing 4 years ago, I don't think I had more than 30 subscribers. Probably in the last 2 years, I still don't have a lot of subscribers. I think it's close to 380 now, but that's just mainly the last year or so. Yeah, but I don't. You need to, if you really want to build, you need to put stuff out every week. You got to put really good content out, and it's nice when you have somebody real beautiful in your show. I don't know if you get any girls to show. Well, I'm not going to.
We're trying.
Well, yeah. I mean, young
that's people hard. Of any description. Yes.
It wouldn't hurt, but you got beautiful women. That were attractive men. Women and guys.
Attractive women. Yeah.
Yeah, all that's going to help. You're speaking to people in your peers now. I would think most of our peers are probably some of the people are around our age group. So,
mainly.
Yeah. So, but some people do it though. there's people with millions. There's a friend of mine. He's an IT guy. He just fixes PCs. He's not a network guy, but he's and he's got, I think, well over 300,000. He'll do these 3-4 hours.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, 300,000 or 400,000, and he'll do these 3 or 4 hour shows building computers.
Yeah.
He might get a couple $100 just in super chats a show. That's just one show. So he's
well done.
I've known him for probably like 10 years or so, and I think I met him once. They used to have these meetups. So they had one that was like about 2 hours away in Philadelphia. That's how I met him a few. So that's why I was in this tech scene for a while, and I met. You're familiar with Linux, right, Simon?
Yeah.
So I used to mess around with that a lot. Met the people. They were dedicated to Linux stuff. I don't mess with it anymore, but it's cool how you can meet people that you met online. But I think you guys are just a little too far. A little too
tech. And just Arvin, see, what's interesting, Arvin, I have a late 80s, my 88 Japanese Strat, and nobody's ever sneered at me about it. But, what's interesting is when I went to this guitar breaks thing and Chris Buck played it, he said, this is a really good guitar, because he's 30, so he's got no, much less snobbery about it than somebody who's my age. But, they all played it, him and Ariel. They played my guitar, and kind of pick it up and play it,
Japan has a good reputation for making good guitars.
Yeah. But I think, then, in the late 80s, I don't think it quite had the same reputation as it does now. People have realised they're really good guitars. My guitar's great. I've played it for 30 years. A great guitar. I've got to have it, but I've got to have it refretted, because it hasn't got any frets left much. So I'm on the waiting list to have it refretted. The question is, what frets do I have?
I think some of the, correct me if I'm wrong, weren't some of the EVH specials made in Japan at one time? Or
Yep. Yeah,
that's what I thought. Because my buddy Frank, he has several of them. I know the one he has was made in Japan. It's got the steel frets on there.
Yeah, I had one that was made in Japan, a Wolfgang special.
Right. I did a review. Yeah, I did a review. maybe a year and a half ago. I think I got a review up here on my site.
Mm-hmm.
But just getting back to what you were saying before, Mitch, about channel subscriptions and motivation and motives that subscribers might have. You know, when I started this channel with Simon and Carl a couple of years ago, we just did it because, you know, and I'm being truthful and honest, Mitch, you know, because we just wanted to. We were happy that we found Simon, an English guy who knew something about British blues, so we just grabbed him and said, "Come and join us and hang out with us." So we did that for a while. Carl comes back on now and again. He's busy doing other things, but you know, the motivation behind Simon and I, and I'm speaking on behalf of Simon here, is just, you know, to hang out weekly and share some stories, to get people that we know in the chat if they want to have an opportunity to jump on. And for the first 18 months, Mitch, we never asked for subscribers. We never shared the channel on social media. But I had a couple of people, you know, drop messages saying, look, you know, you got to do it. And, you know, when we joined StreamYards and they gave you a subscription to access some of the features, getting 1,000 subscribers, Mitch, to help pay that in some way is an appealing thing.
Oh yeah,
You know?
it's hard. I mean, it's work. It's a lot of work, even for these people that so-called, you know, you got attractive people in there. They have great content, but they're working their asses off. It's not coming to them. They're putting the good content out.
Yeah. I totally agree with you, and I think one of the key things for us too is to, you know, to get guests on. You know, I'm mindful of that, and I'm getting good advice from people who have successful channels. And I suppose the key thing too, though, is to ask. You know, don't be scared to ask people to share your videos. Don't be scared to ask people to subscribe if, you know, if they think that what you're saying is okay. You know, I got a message from Ben a couple of weeks ago saying, as you grow your channel, just be prepared for people who are going to say weird, whacked out things, man. Be prepared.
Who is this? Ben
from Canuck with Guitars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got your trolls. You're gonna, and you can't let them piss you off. I mean,
no.
I'm not going to mention any names. There was a guy, you might know who he is. He just took his channel down, and he buys some really nice, expensive guitars, and he's just learning how to play. But he's getting better, you know, in a little bit of time. But I think he's rubbing people the wrong way. He's like, he's just learned how to play, and he's showing you how to do all the stuff about guitars, or how do you do these scales, whatever. I mean, you know, you should be accomplished before you start telling somebody how to do something. I never said it. I mean, matter of fact, I took up for him a couple of, because he put up a video. People were complaining, you know, trolls were complaining that he buys these expensive guitars. Whatever. I said, don't worry about them. Do what you want to do, you know. But I don't know what happened. Something did happen, and he took his YouTube channel down. So that's sad. I mean, I get people, they say, you suck, whatever. I said, okay, thank you. Delete, and they're gone. Their comments are gone. So I don't care. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to let it by. I do this for fun. If something happens where, I mean, my intent is I would love to do YouTube videos every day, or, you know, at least once a week. Like, I'm trying to learn a song. I can't, you know, I can't learn it in one night. I want to try to get as close as I can. And so I don't put up videos as often as I like to. Now, if somebody puts up a modern jam, yeah, I can do something like that and just play something in key and make it sound all right. But I like doing cover songs if I can get away with it.
Yep.
Yeah. But I do this for fun. I would never. I couldn't envision me getting 1,000 subscribers if I'm going to be living long enough to get 1,000 subscribers at my age. But But if it happens, it happens. But I don't think.
I think what you have to do is, and I'm only passing on comments that other people have passed on to me. So, I'm not an expert, but I think you just have to keep, doing something weekly, if you can get content out. It's interesting that you've mentioned something about, someone pulling their channel down. I've noticed a few people who aren't putting any videos out. I haven't seen Jason Wade for a while, who used to be really, really regular.
Yeah, I think he took his channel down for a while. He might have brought it back, but I was looking for it the other day. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, and he was a cool guy. I did a show with him on his channel, a couple of years ago. And Caitlin Chicken Guitars,
she took everything down. She took everything down, and she was. I mean, she was learning how to sell the guitars, fix them.
Yeah,
she had it, and she's getting better, getting really better at playing guitar too. And she had a fantastic voice.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to her. Don't know.
No, she suddenly disappeared, didn't she?
I am assuming it's something, marriage type stuff. Just guessing. I have no idea. But on her part,
I thought it might have been trolls type stuff.
But on who was the other one you mentioned? Jason. I think something he wouldn't pay attention more to his daughter or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. So that's fine. People. Yeah. But to me, this is my outlet. I'll probably watch more YouTube than I do TV. And as much I got all these 80,000 different channels, and I still watch more enjoyment watching YouTube or trying to learn how to play a song.
I love YouTube.
It's all work. It's all. I mean. Like I said, I did some podcasts 10 years ago. It's before you couldn't even monetize back then. But you start doing a show every week. It was about different internet stuff. It was like a funny, goofy show, but it got to be a job. It wasn't fun anymore. And so you got to do something you like, even after if it's something you do like. It's going to be like in your head. It's going to be. It's going to become a job if you want to, continue and try to make something of yourself.
Yeah, I agree. I think what you notice having been on for I've been on here about 3 years, YouTube probably watching various people, and what you notice, when I notice with particularly Johnny, there's always a constant. I feel there's a constant pressure. He feels a pressure to do something new. To grow his channel, do something new, change something, to get another show in, do something else, and it's kind of like there's a constant kind of whirring in his head of what to do next. Kind of.
See, I saw Johnny. I guess about 4 or 5 years ago. I said, "Oh, these guys are professionals. I don't belong here," But then I started watching. I think he had me on one time, and he's all right. I mean, all those guys are all right, but those guys are, like you said, professionals. And if Caleb, and if you ever heard Jay Hammond play, they're unbelievable. I mean, really.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Very good guitar players.
Yeah, but in terms of they're quite reasonably sensibly, I think they go on Johnny's channel in a sense. So Johnny has the onus on the ownership of that channel. Then what it does, so he has John Mancuso on Tuesday night, and he's doing this once a month thing with Jay and his friend Boner Jams, on a Wednesday night, and he does Friday night with Jay, and he does Saturday night, which is on. We're competing in vain against.
Dave Nestall spin off of his own show now. Dave Nestall.
Yeah, absolutely. Because obviously, I feel that Dave wanted to do more guitar stuff, didn't he? More serious.
Yeah, I think.
Which is fine,
I know they're close friends, Mancuso, but I think he drove Dave crazy sometimes.
Well, because it becomes, if Jonathan Mancuso's on the show, it becomes a different thing. Different. Yeah. You're going down a different avenue, and I think Dave, quite recently, Dave is a serious guitar guy, isn't he?
He is very serious.
For him, it's he buys and sells guitars a lot, seemingly. He obviously is really good at setting them up, really good at and I think he wanted to be serious about playing guitar and
Yeah.
I think that's fair. So he's making a success of his own channel. Which is
his health is not the greatest, and I'm always praying for him. I think he's like on a kidney transplant list, and I think he's got diabetes, and I just really feel. I mean, you can see every time I see him, it looks like he's getting thinner and thinner. But I just hope he can.
In diabetes terms, that's a good thing, Mitch. By the way.
What's that?
Well, if he's got type 2 diabetes, and to be honest, the less weight you carry, the better off you are in diabetes. I mean, if you want to be, it's a bit more to that. But
I'm pushing the envelope. I lost a lot of weight last year, and I gained most of it back. I lost like 80 pounds, which is how many pounds is a stone? Like 14 pounds or something.
14. Yeah.
But I gained most of it back, and it's just, and I'm pushing the envelope. I mean, and. I just recently retired, so my left work. So I went on out here. It's called Medicare, right? So I got to find new doctors. Got to switch all my doctors, and I haven't done that. I keep on putting it off. So Monday, that's what I'll be doing. I need to make some doctor's appointments. But it's
because you don't have medical insurance through your employer anymore.
No. So when you're 65, you can get it. You can still be working, but when you're 65, you can get it through the government.
Right.
It's not free. I mean, it comes with your Social Security. But I'm on what they call an Aetna Advantage plan. I pay the same thing, but it's got a little bit more benefits. Mm-hmm. But I still got it. It's still like an 80-20% thing. God forbid something happens, it's real expensive. But I have to find new doctors, and I know they're going to go off on me about my weight because I just had all my life I had trouble keeping weight off. It's just in my stomach. I mean, the rest of me, they go, look, just get that pot belly. Terrible. And then since I've been off, I take my dog out for walks around the yard. I got a yard that's about that big, and I'm not getting much exercise unless I walk down to the mailbox, which is only about 300 feet. So it's just
it's easy to get. So even with the extra time, it's
right. So I thought I'd be sleeping better now, but it's probably worse now when I was working.
Yeah.
But,
yes. You've got less to worry about. Yes.
I don't mean to sound gloom and doom because I love not having to get up a certain time the next day. Yeah, so I love that.
Yeah, I'll bet. Yes, I can't wait.
I don't know how different is it in your country. Well, I mean, you got to retire a certain retirement age, and
well, I'm 66. My retirement age is 66. I'm 62.
Right.
So
okay.
My retirement age is 66. That's the state age. Also, you can have, and I have a work pension as well. A lot of people have their, So I work for the government, so I work in civil service. So I have a civil service pension, which is good these days. A really good pension.
Right.
So when I retire, I get a state pension. So everyone, we pay something called national insurance, which pays for a state pension, which is about £9,000 a year, which is not enough on its own, particularly. But I've got a much better pension for my work stuff as well. So my state retirement age is 66, and I'll probably work for until I'm 66. I can retire. I could retire a bit earlier if I wanted to, because of my other pensions would support me.
Yeah, early retirement is 62 out here, but the longer you work, the more you'll get. What you put in. I think it might be a maximum. So
similar to here, 40 years,
we don't get that. You get that universal health care, and and one of the great, may I say, being slightly political, one of the greatest things we have is the National Health Service. Free healthcare, point of contact across the board. 100%.
100%. I pay nothing for my healthcare. Well, I mean, I pay a tax, national insurance tax, part of my salary. But I'm not like you. It's not 80-20. It's not, I'm not paying 20% of anything. That pays for whatever my healthcare issue
Does it take now? Can you decide what doctors you want to go to, or do they have to tell you what doctors to go to?
No, I could decide. I mean, we have basically have a sort of two-tiered system. We have a local doctor I live in a village, so in my village is a doctor's surgery, so I go there. I could go to another one in another village. It makes much difference, to be honest. It's fine. So for your everyday health stuff, you go to your doctor. Then above that, they will refer you to a hospital, for sort of normal stuff. If they feel they can't do it, then they refer you. If you go and you've got, I don't know, you need to have something done at a hospital, they'll refer you to a hospital.
So that's a big thing in this country where we don't have, we had Obamacare, but it's you still pay something for that, But it's like, they want some kind of, I think there should be some kind of universal health care. But their fear is, like, if they have it, you're not going to be able to decide what doctors you go to, and you'll have to be on a waiting list to see it. I don't know. I have no idea. So, I don't know.
Yeah. From my experience, that's fine. That there's a certain, that I would get referred to one of the hospitals near me. So there's a hospital in Bristol near where I live, really big sets of hospitals with cardiac wards and all sorts of stuff, oncology and all of that. And you just get referred to them. Now, I don't think to myself, it would be better to go to London.
I didn't mean to bring this up because it kind of turns into political. Well, I don't mean that. So. Anyway, but I do play guitar. But I said this telecast is going to be my last one. Of course, that's what I say. But every day I look at guitars.
Yeah,
still look at every
day. I must say, I don't particularly have. I've got a Telly, I've got a Strat, I've got a Les Paul type. I don't have a Les Paul, I have a Les Paul type guitar, and I have like a Super Strat. And to be honest, I don't sit there thinking. I think to myself, that pretty much covers all the bases of guitars that you would want to do, and it's like, if I bought another one, you're thinking, well, I don't know what I could buy a P90 guitar possibly, as a kind of, if I wanted to fill in a few gaps here and there, maybe a semi-hollow 335 type guitar. I could be like Mr. Walton with his, there's everything on his wall behind him. So I don't much have, I've now bought a second amp recently. I bought an orange Rocker 32 amp, which is really cool, really nice amp. It has the capacity to do stereo, which I've just and wet dry as well. Mm-hmm. On it, in one amp, you can send the dry signal to the guitar to one speaker, and then send the affected signal to the other speaker, and that's really good fun.
Andrew, you have the TRR 10X, right?
Yeah.
There's a stereo thing in there. Of course, it has chorus in there. That thing sounds great when you put that chorus effect on there.
It's phenomenal.
It is. It sounds really good. I'm not sure I can get that on the Helix. I mean, maybe you can. I haven't figured it out.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. But just getting back to what you were saying earlier, Mitch, about Dave Nesdall. We do wish him well because he's been an important guy in our community, and we're all related, aren't we? Because we all met him on the Johnny Bean show, and he's rubbed a few people up the wrong way, and he'll be the first one to admit that. But that's the way that he is. But I enjoy his channel. I think his channel is fantastic. I think Simon, you hit the nail on the head. He wanted to have a more serious approach to guitar playing. And I think that's showing through on his videos. He's got Ty giving him a hand. Yeah. And together they present a very, very good show. They're doing really well. And we wish Dave.
He had some great guests on here too.
And if Dave's ever watching our show, we wish him well. Wish him well.
Oh, completely. Yeah.
He had Johnny Highland on there. If you know who he is, the great country.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm like, I just like, he's one of my. Even though I don't play country, I mean, I try to learn some licks here and there, but he's like, I just look up to him, man. He's something else.
Yeah. Did he? I think, I'm amazed. Yeah, I don't know how you managed to get him. Did they just? I suppose you get somebody by asking, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knows. You ask. That's the key
Look
thing,
at
isn't it?
Sandra Picorni. She's on her show, the Communication Breakdown. She had a guitarist that played with Alice Cooper on last week, and she had somebody from South America tonight. I don't know if she's a big star, but she's an unbelievable shredder. But Kane Roberts, yeah, he was a bodybuilder and a guitar player way back then. Yeah, way back then, 30, 40 years ago. But he was a real super shredder, but a real nice guy, And
Yeah.
be surprised when some of these people they have one.
I think some of it's about lockdown because they had Billy Sheehan on, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which is quite a coup for But I think
He
it's a certain amount. Lockdown.
He knows a lot of people. I mean, you heard his story. I guess you heard him tell a story about Eddie Van Halen years ago when he was managing the guitar store. He borrowed his guitar. I was like, that was amazing.
That is, yeah, absolutely is amazing, and and hats off to him, using those contacts to get people on the show and talk seriously about guitars and what set people off and what. Yes, great Vanzini. Mr. Walton's already been there on it.
Yeah, that video
thing,
got a lot of got a lot of views too. Just getting back to YouTube subscription and views. I got to tell you guys, just because you get a lot of views on your videos, that doesn't equate to subscriptions.
It doesn't. Nope.
No, it doesn't. No, that's true.
I go look at some of my old videos. I can't believe I got 5,000 views. Or something stupid. But actually, it might be me looking at it 5,000 different times. No.
running it day and night on all your computers.
Sometimes I'll get amazed on some of the stuff I have on there. Whatever. Well, now, hey, on a screen share here, can you only share a browser tab, or can you share anything on your desktop? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know.
On StreamYards, you can share
a video or
your videos. Yeah.
Do
you want me to share your video? A video that you did?
Yeah. Let me see if I can. Let's see.
Is it on your channel?
Andrew, you have to do it.
I have a logo on my computer, so I don't know if it's gonna. Let's see what happens. Let me see.
Otherwise, I can share it if you can't.
But I don't have it. See, I don't have it uploaded, but so I don't know. So you're not going to be able to do it. But let me see. All right, where did? And now I've lost everything. Let's see if it lets me share. Share screen share works better on a good computer. All right, share. Let's see. Oh, application window. Yeah, it's going to work. And I don't know if you're not going to be able to hear sound, but see what happens. I think you got to do something for it to work. Tell me when you're ready, and I'll play it, Simon. Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Let me see it.
Guys, just give me 2 minutes. Let's go.
You couldn't hear it, could you? All right, I'll wait for. Yeah, let me. I don't know if you'll be able to hear if I disable. No, I don't think you're gonna be able to hear any sound, but you can just look at it.
Where's Simon? He's gone.
I'll play it again.
Yeah. Mitch's guitars. Superman. Thanks, great Zini. Thank you for the nice comments with the Sam Cutler interview. Thank you. We were over the moon to have him on board. Thank you. Oh my gosh, there he is. Oh my gosh.
Yes, I got the theme playing in the background too. I don't think you could hear it. Yeah, but
Yeah, that's fantastic. But no, we
I did that with video editing software all night today. I didn't do anything with because I can do a lot of stuff in OBS, but that was using my video editor.
oh wow.
So trying to learn how to use
video editor.
I use DaVinci Resolve.
Okay.
I use the free version. They have a paid version. The paid version is like $300, but really in the free version, there's more than what you would need to do.
Hey, Michael.
It's a pretty much a professional grade video editor.
Oh, brilliant!
But it's not really to do the effects. It's not easy to learn. Now, is that the Michael Smith from Johnny Beam in here?
The captain himself.
Is that the captain?
That's the captain.
Good guy.
He's a top man. Top man. He's a Van Halen nut. Hey, Michael, have you picked up your Frankenstein yet? Oh no, you have. Yeah, you've had it for a while. It's Jay. It's Jay that's ordered one. Well,
you missed it, Simon. You missed
Wonderful.
We're going to wrap up soon anyway, Mitch. Do you want to play it again, please? Do you want to play it again?
Yeah.
Okay?
The latest green screen extravaganza.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see.
Michael Smith. Michael Smith.
Watch.
Good morning. How you doing?
1 minute.
Okay. When you're ready.
Actually, I could switch my sound. Nah, it's too. I could. Let me try something. Let me see if.
So I take it that Michael Smith's got his
there?
EVH guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Michael. That sounds fantastic.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
213.
Oh no, just some static. Mitch.
What's that? The sound of drilling.
Okay, you ready? Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to upload it for us to get the sound, Mitch.
Here we are. Here we go. Wonderful. You're going to reappear in a minute, or is it?
With Lois.
You need to do something else, Mitch. We can't hear you. Oh, no. Oh.
Thank you, Mitch. That was wonderful. Can't hear you.
Yes, Michael, I have seen a picture of your guitar.
You hear me now, can't you?
That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what
Thank
that
you for
buzzing
sharing
was.
that.
That kind of
Yeah,
staticky
I don't know what's
buzzing
going on
was.
with that.
Hmm.
So, it shouldn't be there.
Yeah. So yes, the captain, Michael Smith, has got his new EVH Frankie. Sounds more than pleased with it. Well done, Michael. That's fantastic. Congratulations. Yeah, lucky man. I think Mr. Walton is waiting delivery of his. It could be some time.
Yeah, it might be next year.
Really?
Mm.
They're not limited editions, though, are they? They're not limited editions, are they?
No, just a big demand.
Just a big backlog. Yeah. Fender, start building.
Yeah. Hey guys, thank you for joining us, Mitch. Appreciate it. Will you come back, Mitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime
Come
you
back.
want me.
Yeah.
Sorry for the glitch. I've got no idea what happened when I lost sound there earlier, but when I put the videos up on the channel, it'll be part 1 and part 2. If you guys haven't subscribed to Mitch's channel, I will put a link to Mitch's channel in the description. So anyone that's watching the replay that's got to the end of this show, if you're listening to this message, please subscribe to his channel. We are going to make an effort to ask people to subscribe. So just help build the community. It's a great thing, and remain positive and keep safe during these difficult times. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. It's always great. If you guys want to join Simon and I at all, just flick us a message. We're more than happy to have anyone join us and hang out and just talk gear and bits and pieces like that. You're more than welcome.
Yeah. Oh, look, Michael's offering to hop on. Maybe Michael, maybe we'll get you next week to come on and show the EVH Frankie. Can we do that?
Michael.
Yeah.
Around this time, maybe half an hour, maybe an hour before this time next week, if you're around, Michael, I'll flick you a link. You're more than keen to jump on. We would.
That'd be great. Be our pleasure. Yeah, be lovely. Yeah, we can question you closely about it. Yeah, and we're still waiting to get Sonia on, and that'd be really good.
I would love to.
When I just played the video, could you hear the music in the background?
No.
Okay.
We just got this.
Okay. All right.
What we got was a sort of static sound.
I flipped my mixer on. I don't know, since I moved stuff around here, I don't know why it's picking up all this. I don't have it on now, so I got to figure that out.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's good to meet you. It's fantastic. Thanks for coming on. Really good.
Yeah,
Michael, we'll reach out to you. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, so Simon and I go weekly during this time slot. So if that suits you, we're normally on.
Yeah, I caught the last 2 shows.
Yeah, no, appreciate you joining us, Mitch. Yeah. If Captain isn't aware of this, we met on all of us on the Johnny Bean show. He's our granddaddy.
Yeah, he's the daddy, Mr. Bean. Well done. Yeah. So that'll be great. Fantastic.
All right, I guess I'll back out now. And
yeah, now, Mitch.
I got to get something to drink. I'm sweating I got to get something to drink. So thanks for having me. So do you want me to back out first, or?
No. Simon's going to say goodbye. You're going to say goodbye, and then
I'll say goodbye to the
show.
people in the chat. So Michael Smith, thanks for dropping by. It's really good to see you, and we look forward to seeing you next week with your Frankie. Great Vanzini, of course, loyal supporter. So it's good to see you, Great Vanzini. Arvin, of course, Arvin. Susie Cherry, thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. It's really nice to see you, and Sonia as well. Waiting for you to come on, Sonia. And who else do we have? DT up the top as well. So thanks for joining. And hopefully I didn't miss anybody. That would be embarrassing. I don't think so. Hopefully I've got everybody. Yeah, so thanks all for joining, and thanks to Mitch as well. Really good to meet you, Mitch.
Nice meeting you.
And we'll see you all next week, same time, same bat time, same bat channel. Take care and stay safe.